This conference will now be recorded.
Good morning. So I think in the previous class we have seen different types of objects in Kubernetes. So we have seen different types of objects in Kubernetes. Okay. So altogether, writing, let us say if you are deploying an application. Okay. So application in the sense it has a lot of things like we need to use kubeconfig, we need to use deployment, we need to have some secrets. Altogether, we need to have multiple objects together in order to deploy some application. Okay, so for a human being, let's say it's a single application or two, three applications. Okay, you can write your own directory structure in the sense like manifest or structure in the sense where you can place a directory. Let's say what we can do is like if you're deploying a single application, you can create a directory called something like manifest or whatever it is. Okay. Okay. Manifest. In this directory, you might have one config map. Okay. One deployment YAML file. Okay. One secret YAML file. Okay. And then service account. Okay. So you used to have multiple files under this particular directory. Okay. So then let me write actually. Next secrets. Now here config map which is important that is done. Deployment is done, secrets is done, which you can hide the data. Apart from this, let's say
Reflection.
Sorry,
Replication.
no, replication why I have not written, because in deployment itself it is already covered with replication, right? Let's say you take your application, okay, nginx application. So you are trying to deploy nginx application. So it is up to you whether you take pod, whether you take replication controller, or whether you take replication set, or whether you take deployment, or whether you take daemon set. It is up to you. These are the types of deployment of application you have. Okay, everything has its own advantages. Apart from this deployment method, in order to copy the configuration files, we have a separate object in Kubernetes that is called as config map. Okay, so for the nginx deployment, I'm using config map to copy the configuration files. Okay, I'm using secrets to pass the password values and all. Okay, and this all together it is a single thing. It is trying to do the same thing, but I'm using different objects to do the different things. Okay, to save secrets, here I'm using secrets.yaml. Config map, I'm using config.yaml. Deployment, it is up to you. Do you want to use pod? Really, do you don't want to use a deployment? In the sense, I don't want to upgrade in the coming feature and all. Then you can directly take a pod instead of going to deployment. Okay, so that's all dependent. Okay, so mm, whatever it is. So let's take service account. Okay, or from quota. Let's resume. Okay, So we have these many YAML files together. This is our directory where I have placed my YAML files. Okay. So it's, let us say it is single application, it's fine. Okay. So what you will do, you will under manifest, you will create a one more directory. You will copy these files to that particular directory. That directory will mention as Nginx. Okay. There is one more application deployment that is called as Apache Web Server. So you will create one more directory Apache Web Server under manifest, and you will place some configure files over there. Okay. So here, so for writing the structure and all, it's so bit tough, and for a person, it is hard to go to each and every file and modify some parameters. Let's say the person wants to modify something. It's hard to modify each and every parameter in the YAML file. Okay. So so these are the disadvantages we have when you're writing manually this YAML files and all. Okay, so that's a reason what team has developed is nothing but writing Helm charts. Helm charts in the sense this files will be created automatically. What you want to select, what kind of things you want to deploy, so that will be created by default. Okay, so now there is no need to modify each and every YAML file in here. Let's say I don't know for me it's not required to go to deployment.yaml, config map YAML or something else. So there will be one YAML file where I can modify all the values. That is called as values.yaml file. Okay, so that values.yaml file I can open, and if I modify the values automatically, my deployment config map secrets will pick the values from there dynamically. Okay, so that is how it is designed. So those are called as Helm charts. So in order to deploy the Helm charts, there are two tools, Helm and Tiller. If you want to deploy Helm, so there is called Helm. Okay, and I'm just drawing arrow, and second one is Tiller. So this tiller will be running on Kubernetes. Wherever you have installed Kubernetes, there this tiller need to be running. This is called as master package. Okay, this tiller need to be installed on Kubernetes. Let me write like. So wherever we have installed your okay. So wherever you have installed your Kubernetes, there we need to have a tiller running. So your Helm commands, when you install Helm here, it will contact your tiller, and then it will do the things whatever you want. Okay, so that is how it is designed. Okay, so this is the important thing which we. So now the people have started using this Helm and tiller, sorry, Helm chats. Okay, so chats are nothing but this YAML files and all. Okay, so the chats directory structure. Let us see how it works. Official document. Okay, so this is the official document which you have for Helm. Okay, so here also we'll be writing the same YAML format. Okay, nothing has been changed. Okay, so when you say like Helm create, Helm search, eh, simple, like in repository, Helm has certain repository where you can download the predefined chats. Okay, no need to write from your end if it is a basic Nginx or Apache Web Server deployment or something else. Okay, no need to write from your end. So you can download from the repository. Okay, Helm itself will contact to the repository and it will pull it. Okay, so let us say, yeah. So the chats are nothing but, let us say he has created a directory called my chat. Okay, under that he has chats.yaml, values.yaml, chats, and templates. Okay, so here the values.yaml is the main YAML file which we have. Okay, Sorry guys, today I'm going theoretically because I cannot concentrate on writing. My hands are too weak because of this fever. Okay. From tomorrow, I will be showing practically with this. Okay. So here chat.yaml, values.yaml, chats and templates. Okay. Chats.yaml will have the description. Okay. What you are trying to do. Okay. What you will do with this. Okay. A short description. Okay. So that will be shown when you have successfully deployed. At the end, it should show some subject, right? This concept has been successfully deployed. Please use this particular command in order to access your dashboard. Something, blah, blah, like that. Okay, in order to display in that particular format, we need to write some content in the chats.yaml. Okay, you will understand later, but as of now, remember that if you want, see here he has written file contains the description of the chat, the entire description of this particular chat, what you want to do, you have written in the chats.yaml. Chats.yaml, not the chats directory. Okay, next, which I told you, values.yaml, values in the sense where you will define your values. Okay, these values will be picked by other YAML files. Okay, and templates are nothing but where your other files will be available. Okay, template files and template files are nothing but where some instead of hard coding, it will use some if loop, for loops, and all, and then it will pull the data. Okay, dynamic values. So for that we use templates. Okay, and then chats. So chats are nothing but the actual chats where you can have multiple chats like subdirectories. If you want to place more chats, so then you can go to the chats directory and you can place here itself instead of going somewhere. Okay, so here how you will create a chats, let us say I want to create with this name, directory name. So then what you will do, helm create and the name, so it will create a directory immediately. Okay, so this is how it creates. See, under templates directory, we have this one. I told you, right? Deployment.yaml service. We have service, right? Service.yaml, helpers.tpl. Okay, it's a template. Okay, TPL in the sense it is template, guys. Okay, YAML template. Notes.txt. Okay, when you type helm text, so then you can see this. Okay, mm, yeah. So I think it's better we install it. So installing, he's trying to do like this: helm install and the directory name. First, let's install. But I don't have. I need to start mission. But nice. So we can follow this document directly and we can install it. Hmm. So this is the package we need to download and just do the installation. Okay, here we have source zip file or .zip file. Okay, use any one of them to download. Once you have downloaded, just untar and install. Okay, so here are the steps they have written. Okay. I think it's better I show. Yeah, this is another method. I think it is better method to follow. So in the same link, tomorrow definitely I will show you this in practical, how to install and all. That is for sure. Okay, so here we need to follow this one. Okay, just follow, and we need to copy our binary file to this particular location. And once you use help, it should work properly. Okay, so this is how it works actually. And tiller we need to install. Okay, if that is not working, then we need to use this one. Any method, see, there are plenty of methods to install. Okay, plenty of methods to install. Sorry guys, I'm winding up today. Seriously, I'm not well, so I thought if I be too late, so it will be syllabus will be too low. So that's the reason. So tomorrow for
Okay.
sure, yeah. So tomorrow I'll be showing the practical work. Okay.
Okay.